Companies selling unhealthy foods need to tweak their business models to counter the growing popularity of weight loss drugs or risk alienating investors. Well, that's the conclusion of the latest MLive Pulse survey. And joining us now to go through all of this is Bloomberg's consumer goods reporter, Dasha Afanasieva. Dasha, I love this because we all know it, but then it's now with Ozempic, it kind of focuses the minds, I guess, of some of these big company CEOs. So what do investors want the big companies to do?
Absolutely. The message is clear that they want these companies to shift towards healthier foods, which some of these companies would say, well, we've been doing that already, for example, Nestle. But then you'll have others like maybe Mondelez that mostly sells biscuits and chocolate. So they've been talking about switching to healthier foods because more because of regulation trends in terms of advertising and also consumer trends. But now they have this whole new reason to do so.
So how great is the threat?
Well, the jury's still out on that, really, because, of course, these drugs are only really popular in the US so far, and they are really widespread in the US, and they are very expensive, and they on the whole, require injections, although there is an oral version coming through from Novo. So I think that the impact might not be as great as these sorts of surveys would have you believe, also because some of these companies have been making that health shift gradually.
So how big is the impact also expected to be beyond big food?
It's been really interesting with these weight loss drugs and diabetes drugs, seeing how they impact different sectors. So gradually we're seeing evidence that they actually affect people's propensity to drink a lot and to smoke and other addictions. And there are also reports that it changes how you taste coffee and it makes coffee taste weird. So it's really interesting seeing
not the coffee.
Exactly. There's a lot of sacrifices that could come if you're on these drugs. So we're gradually figuring out how they impact different sectors.
But Dasha, and we've been speaking, to the Nestle's of this world. I mean, there's been so much focus on actually healthier foods by, a certain. Is that the way our tastes are going in general, or is it, just a certain population that's very aware of the risks and that is very focused on, for example, also like working out?
I think it's in general, there's greater awareness. And I think also regulators in some countries, for example, Mexico, there are curbs, there's big obesity problems. So there's been curbs on advertising, changes in labeling. So there's definitely increased level of awareness. But what these drugs allow people to do is to live by the truth that we know that, there are these unhealthy foods, either because of calories or other ingredients, sugar, salt.